ইসলাম অর্থ কি? শান্তি, যা অনেক নামধারী মুসলিম মনে করেন। না, এর অর্থ জঙ্গিবাদ। ইসলাম শব্দটির উৎস আরবি মূল শব্দ সিন লাম মিম, যা থেকে গঠিত একটি শব্দ সালাম, যার অর্থ শান্তি। প্রাচীন আরবি ভাষার প্রখ্যাত অভিধান লিসানুল আরব অনুযায়ী ইসলাম এর শাব্দিক অর্থ ইস্তিসলাম, অর্থাৎ আত্মসমর্পণ করা, অনুগত হওয়া ইত্যাদি। অবাক লাগে, অনেক অমুসলিম গবেষক ইসলামের সঠিক অর্থ বুঝতে পেরেছেন, যা বহু মুসলিম দাবিকারী উপলব্ধি করতে পারেনি।
Well, I think that one needs to appreciate that the word Islam is derived from the root word istislam, which means submission. Therefore, the Muslim is the one who submits entirely to the Sharia, the divine law of God. Hence, toleration is something which is, if you like, defined by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, God. Therefore, if something is in accordance with the Sharia, we tolerate it. If it is outside of the Sharia, we cannot tolerate it. Hence, for example, Islam will tolerate non-Muslims to live among the Muslims within the Sharia under an Islamic state. Their life, wealth, their honor, their dignity will be protected. They will get the basic needs of food, clothing and shelter. But at the end of the day, we cannot tolerate adultery, fornication, we cannot tolerate apostasy, not because this is from our own whims and desires, but this is enshrined within the Quran.
ওয়াশিংটন ভিত্তিক আন্তর্জাতিক গবেষণা সংস্থা পিউ রিসার্চ সেন্টার কর্তৃক পরিচালিত প্রায় ৬ বছর ব্যাপী চলমান গবেষণার ফল এই শতকের মাঝে বিশ্বের প্রধান ধর্ম হবে ইসলাম। অনেকে বলতে চান এই বৃদ্ধির জন্য দায়ী শুধু বায়োলজিক্যাল গ্রোথ বা অধিক জন্মহার। এটা একটি কারণ ঠিকই।
In 2007, the fertility rate in France was 1.8, England 1.6, Greece 1.3, Germany 1.3, Italy 1.2. Spain, 1.1. Across the entire European Union of 31 countries, the fertility is a mere 1.38. Historical research tells us these numbers are impossible to reverse. In a matter of years, Europe as we know it will cease to exist. Yet the population of Europe is not declining. Why? Immigration. Islamic immigration. Of all population growth in Europe since 1990, 90% has been Islamic immigration. France, 1.8 children per family. Muslims, 8.1. In southern France, traditionally one of the most populated church regions in the world, there are now more mosques than churches. 30% of children ages 20 and younger are Islamic. In the larger cities such as Nice, Marseille, and Paris, that number has grown to 45%. By 2027, 1 in 5 Frenchmen will be Muslim. In just 39 years, France will be an Islamic republic. In the last 30 years, the Muslim population of Great Britain rose from 82,000 to 2.5 million, a 30-fold increase. There are over 1,000 mosques, many of them former churches. In the Netherlands, 50% of all newborns are Muslim, and in only 15 years, half of the population of the Netherlands will be Muslim. In Russia, there are over 23 million Muslims. That's 1 out of 5 Russians. 40% of the entire Russian army will be Islamic in just a few short years. Currently in Belgium, 25% of the population and 50% of all newborns are Muslim. The government of Belgium has stated 1/3 of all European children will be born to Muslim families by 2025, just 17 years away. The German government, the first to talk about this publicly, recently released a statement saying, "The fall in the German population can no longer be stopped. Its downward spiral is no longer reversible. It will be a Muslim state by the year 2050. Muammar al-Gaddafi of Libya said, "There are signs that Allah will grant victory to Islam in Europe, without swords, without guns, without conquest. We don't need terrorists. We don't need homicide bombers. The 50+ million Muslims in Europe will turn it into a Muslim continent within a few decades." There are currently 52 million Muslims in Europe. The German government said that number is expected to double in the next 20 years to 104 million. Closer to home, the numbers tell a similar story. Right now, Canada's fertility rate is 1.6, nearly a full point below what is required to sustain a culture. And Islam is now the fastest growing religion. Between 2001 and 2006, Canada's population increased by 1.6 million, 1.2 of those immigration. In the United States, the current fertility rate of American citizens is 1.6. With the influx of the Latino nations, the rate increases to 2.11, the bare minimum required to sustain a culture. In 1970, there were 100,000 Muslims in America. Today, there are over 9 million. The world is changing. It's time to wake up. In 30 years, there will be 50 million Muslims living in America. The world that we live in
one body